Hi, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Lee J, and we are going to listen to some music today. That is right. I've got one of my favorite colors on, which is yellow, and we're going to listen to some Bob Dylan. I did my first reaction to Bob Dylan's Like a Rolling Stone, and I just want to read some of your comments. Nigel Incubator Jones writes, I find voices like his far more interesting to listen to than people with quote-unquote perfect voices in the traditional sense. And Nigel goes on to recommend many Bob Dylan songs, some which I have never heard of, so thank you for that. I also did not know that Knockin' on Heaven's Door was originally written by Bob Dylan. Okay, let's see. Balthazar Trumpy6808 shares with us that Bob Dylan won the Nobel Prize for Literature, the first songwriter to win the Nobel in its long history. That is very impressive. Bravo! And he goes on to say, you're not a fan of his voice, a common complaint, but I say he has a unique, strong voice. And he recommends a song called Lay, Lady Lay, North Country Blues, Knockin' on Heaven's Door, and Not Dark Yet. It seems many people agree Bob Dylan does not have a traditionally beautiful voice, but there's something about his vocal quality that really draws you in. And then Zen Hill Saro 8481 got a chance to see Dylan perform in March of last year, so I'm assuming that's March of 2024. He writes, I saw Dylan in March of last year, and it was predictably amusing. He hardly ever performs a song the same way twice, changing musical arrangement and lyrics liberally. He performed Black Rider and changed a couple lines. I think that's really cool that Bob Dylan is so creative that he will take a song that he's written and, in a sense, rewrite it for his audience. That's a great way to keep people on their toes. You know, they're expecting to hear one line and then they get a completely different line.
Something new.
Atomic Number 34 writes, just scratching the surface. You weren't ready for him before, but I think you have the capacity to appreciate Dylan if you keep an open mind. And that is one of the goals, you know, to experience Bob Dylan with you all and to really appreciate him as an artist. You know, I think I've been listening to his music gosh, I'm a little embarrassed to admit this, but I've been just judging his vocals so much that I let that stop me from hearing the magic in his music. So we're going to listen to a song that many of you requested in the comment section. Before we begin, make sure to do those very important things right down below. You know, just click those buttons. Just click it. Just tap it real quick. And make sure to stay till the end for some original content. This is Lay, Lady Lay. And off the bat, what a great song title. Like that already just captures my attention.
Lay, lady, lay, lay across my big breast bed. Lay, lady, lay across my big breast bed. Whatever colors you have in your mind, I'll show them to you, and you'll see them shine. Lay, lady, lay across my big breast bed. Stay, lady, stay with your man a while. until the break of day. Let me see you make 'em smile. His clothes are dirty, but his hands are clean. And you're the best thing that he's ever seen. Stay, lady, stay.
Ooh. This is a very, very different sounding Bob Dylan. Like his voice in this particular recording sounds very different than what I remember his voice sounding. Honestly, I almost thought it was someone else's voice, but this is on Bob Dylan's YouTube channel, and it's, it has over 11 million views to date. I got the chills in that second verse. It's not explicit at all, and yet it really allows your imagination to take over and create just a really romantic, sensual, sweet image, which is so different from the image that I have of Bob Dylan as this somewhat jaded, grumpy singer-songwriter who, wrote about current events and got pulled into politics without wanting to be. Okay. I'm going to go back just a little bit. Let me see if I can find that verse. Let's see. Most replayed.
Stay, lady, stay. Stay with your man a while. Until the break of day. Let me see you make 'em smile. His clothes are dirty, but his hands are clean. And you're the best thing that he's ever seen. Stay, lady, stay. Stay with your man a while. Why wait any longer for the world to begin? You can have your cake and eat it too. Why wait any longer for the one you love when he's standing in front of you?
That is so...
Lay, lady, lay.
That is so pretty, the way he sang the end of that phrase. And I am loving these very simple but very hooky melodic motifs that the guitar is playing during the chorus. The da 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 da. That's really, really nice.
Why wait any longer for the world to begin? You can have your cake and eat it too. Why wait any longer for the one you love when he's standing in front of you?
It's so pretty.
Lay, lady, lay. Lay across my big breast bed. Stay, lady, stay. Stay while the night is still ahead. I long to see you in the morning light. I long to reach for you in the night. Stay, lady, stay. Stay while the night is still ahead.
What a beautiful way to end the song with that like ascending melody line, like the instrumental melody line, and it just ends very softly. Like the song starts very softly and it ends very softly. There's something about the way he sings the song and the lyrics, the way the song is recorded. It's gentle, and yet it's him just telling this woman how he feels. And it's not demanding. It's also not like desperate. It's so, what's the word I'm looking for? It's just so sincere. It sounds so simple and so sincere. Wow, I definitely got the chills listening to the song. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that at all. And as a side note, I am loving this picture of him. He looks so sweet and happy with his guitar and his hat and his like almond eyes that slope down at the corners, and it's just such a wonderful picture. The way he's looking at the camera, I feel connected with Bob Dylan.
We are so connected.
Okay, got the lyrics pulled up. Let's give them a look. So this is a song by Bob Dylan released in 1969 from the album Nashville Skyline. Oh, that's right. This was during his like country era. I can hear it in the slide guitar. I think that was the slide guitar that I heard in the left side of my ear, the way that they panned the guitars to the left. Okay, here we go. Verse 1. Lay, lady, lay across my big brass bed. Lay, lady, lay across my big brass bed. This invitation to lay across his big brass bed is very sensual without it being like inappropriate or lewd. You know what I mean? I have to admit, when I first read that, big brass bed, just because I am in the process of redecorating parts of my apartment, and nowadays you really don't see a lot of brass beds. You see a lot of IKEA beds and also like wrought iron beds. I've seen a lot of those, but wrought iron bed and composite wood bed really doesn't roll off the tongue. Nor are they romantic images. Okay, keep going. Whatever colors you have in your mind, I'll show them to you and you'll see them shine. Oof, he is a very confident man. Lay, lady, lay across my big brass bed. Stay, lady, stay with your man a while. That's such a nice line. Stay with your man a while. It's not a command, it's not pleading, and yet it is very... He gets his point across. He definitely gets his point across. Until the break of day, let me see you make him smile. So it's interesting that he changes pronouns, right? He's saying, first he says, whatever colors you have in your mind, I'll show them to you. And now in the chorus, he says, until the break of day, let me see you make him smile. I've been in writing sessions where the use of pronouns is, we will argue over that, because you want to tell a very clear story and it can be confusing to the listener, to the reader. And yet his story is very, very clear. There's no mistaking who he's talking about. He's clearly talking about himself. If he were to have written, let me see you make me smile, or any iteration of that, it would have been like very selfish. It would have read as a very selfish request. You know what I mean? Drop a comment below if you agree. His clothes are dirty, but his hands are clean, and you're the best thing that he's ever seen. Oh, that is a great line. Wow. You know, the greatest songwriters take simple phrases and they're able to tell stories with them. Stay, lady, stay. Stay with your man a while. Why wait any longer for the world to begin? You can have your cake and eat it too. Why wait any longer for the one you love when he's standing in front of you? All of this is just so sweet and it's so romantic. Bob Dylan, look at you. Okay, I get it. I'm hearing it.
I can hear it. I can hear it.
You know, this line, you can have your cake and eat it too, is very enticing. You know, who doesn't want their cake and they want to eat it too? I've never understood that phrase. You can't have your cake and eat it too. I'm like, why not? What's the point of having cake if I can't eat it? I don't want to just look at it. I want to eat it. And he's saying, you can have your cake and eat it too. And as a listener, as I'm sure most listeners, maybe all listeners, we are all in agreement with this line. Yes, we can have our cake and we can eat it too.
It's called having your cake and eating it too.
Lay, lady, lay. Lay across my big brass bed. Stay, lady, stay. Stay while the night is still ahead. It's so effective. It's so effective that he says that over and over, this line, lay, lady, lay. He starts the song off with this, and then he repeats it over and over, and it just becomes this earworm in your head. You know, along with that little guitar motif. I long to see you in the morning light. I long to reach for you in the night. That's probably one of my favorite lines in this whole song. I long to reach for you in the night. I mean, who says that? Who says that? Bob Dylan says that. And this is how you write a love song. This is what women want to hear. They want to hear, I long to reach for you in the night. You know, you're the best thing that he's ever seen. The lines are simple, they're tender, they really get your imagination going, and you can feel the sincerity. It's just this sweet sincerity. There's nothing derogatory about any of these lyrics. I love that he starts the song with lay, lady, lay, and then he ends it with stay, lady, stay. He's expressing two different messages with the same, the same end result. He wants this woman to stay with him, and he wants her to lay on his big brass bed. Amazing. Thank you so much for checking out this reaction video and for spending some time together. I hope you enjoyed listening to this reaction of Lay Lady Lay. If you have another Bob Dylan request, make sure to drop that in the comments below. I want to learn more about Bob Dylan. I want to learn and hear and really understand him as an artist, and I love reading his lyrics. The lyrics in this song are much more transparent. To me, they were easier to understand than Like a Rolling Stone. Like, there were definitely some terms from Like a Rolling Stone that I had many question marks about, but in Lay Lady Lay, it's just this sweet, sensual love song. It's a sweet, sensual love song, and this is one of my favorites. This is definitely one of my favorites. Although Make You Feel My Love, the cover by Adele, that is, oh my God, that is an incredible song. You know, we might have to do a comparison. Drop a comment below if you want to see that video, if you want to see a reaction of me listening to the original Make You Feel My Love by Bob Dylan, because I don't know if I've actually heard the whole thing. I might have listened to the beginning and been not excited about his voice, so I might have turned it off. I'm being very elusive with my answer because I don't like being negative. And yet, you know, that's life. Gosh, if I can write a song half as good as one of Bob Dylan's songs, oh, that's like, bucket list, life goal. Okay. On that note, be healthy, be blessed, and until next time.